Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. There is no doubt that we are going through an incredibly tough time at the moment. Whether you are working from home, whether you're living on your own, whether you're living in a huge family or working as a key worker or not working at all, it really has affected everyone. So I thought that I would share with you today just those small ways that I've been coping with my time at home and staying upbeat and positive during lockdown. So one thing that I have found quite tough is this constant bombardment of news. When it all first started, I was really keen to take on every little bit of information there was and learn as much as I possibly could. Whereas now, I don't know, I find it quite draining. And it seems to be everywhere and it seems really hard to escape from at the moment. But one thing that I have learned is that actually it is okay not to be surrounded by the news 24/7. It's okay to delete your apps and it's okay to not watch, I don't know, the 10 o'clock news every night, because I don't know about you, but I did find that really quite overwhelming. And obviously there's quite a lot of unfortunately sad news out there, and when you're listening and consuming that all the time, it does have an effect on you. So go ahead, delete those apps, turn off all your notifications, because you really don't need to be reading and hearing about it all the time. Now, I am one of those people who loves a project, especially right now when I'm not working constantly. So it's really nice to have something that makes me feel like I'm still challenging myself and still learning something. And I think especially now, it's a great time to do those activities, those challenges, those projects that you haven't been able to do before because you've been putting them off or you just haven't had time. And if you're lucky enough to have the weekends and the evenings free, this really is the perfect opportunity to do that and get stuck in. Now, I've been talking about learning a language for literally as long as I can remember, always saying, oh, by the end of the summer, I'll be fluent, but it's never quite happened. But this week, I actually sat down and started learning a language, and it feels really good to be doing that thing that I've been talking about for so long. And I mean, I'm nowhere near fluent yet, and I don't think I'll ever be, but it's a step in the right direction. I've always found that getting outdoors is a great way to just relax and to breathe. Right now we are spending a lot of time in our homes, and I know I've certainly found it can get a little bit claustrophobic. So I've never taken such joy in getting outside, even if it's in the pouring rain. The fresh air and the change of scenery has never been so welcome. Now, I'm not sure whether this is the same for everyone, but I sometimes find that WhatsApping and texting is a little bit intense, and actually I find I'm not connecting with my friends and my family that I am WhatsApping the same way that I usually would when I see them face to face. So what's really picked me up throughout this time is just picking up the phone to people or FaceTiming people. Even if it's for 5 minutes, it always seems to put a big smile on my face. What's been one of my biggest saving graces during this time in lockdown is being able to get outside and exercise. I have never been so keen to go on a run in my life. So one thing that I would say is don't feel the need to be productive. I am a great one for lists and for planning, and at the start of this lockdown I was almost obsessed with planning my days out week by week, day by day, hour by hour, because I was so worried about getting bored. But the thing was that I actually ended up giving myself so much to do that it probably wasn't possible to do any of it in one day, which then meant that I would then get stressed when I didn't do it, and then it would all just end up in one big disaster. Probably intensified because I saw someone's fabulous paint by numbers on Instagram, or saw people making I don't know, 100 scrubs a day for the NHS, and then I'd just sit there feeling like I've done nothing with my life. But actually, you don't need to be productive day in, day out, because you don't do that normally. You don't learn the piano, learn a language, create an amazing piece of art, and sew a dress all in one day in normal life. So why are you going to do it now? And that is really one thing that I've learned, and I'm just trying to get myself to relax and to take each day as it comes, and kind of just embrace this and enjoy it as much as I possibly can, without getting bogged down with needing to do those 100 jobs a day, because it's just not feasible. There we go, a bit of an insight into how I've been surviving this lockdown. I hope it's helped you, and I hope it's given you just a little bit of an insight into ways that you can keep upbeat and positive during this lovely lockdown experience. But I hope that you are all safe and well, and that we will be out and be able to escape from our houses very soon.